Here on Nvidia, set the scene for us. What do you want to see from Nvidia, especially if one is bullish this market?
Yeah, I mean, definitely right now, meeting expectations, unfortunately, is a fail. So I think we're going to have to see something that beats expectations, kind of sets the story straight that, hey, this is not a deteriorating narrative right now, and that there is still growth. And that's obviously the case. We do see tremendous earnings growth across the entire industry, and expect that to come out of Nvidia. So I think for the stock to go up, it's going to have to be a steady beat with at least, maintaining the overall guidance and hopefully getting some improvement in guidance. I think that's really what the market needs right now.
Adam, if Nvidia reports a strong quarter, and I expect they will, and they come out and offer reasonably strong guidance, which I think they will, is that bad for the software space? Because the way I would read it in the moments after that report is Nvidia is selling more chips than people expected. AI is moving at a faster pace. Bad news for software stocks.
Could be. I think, we've seen this story before where investors are just trying to digest the story. And I think the markets are very healthy right now. I think Oracle, in this example, shows just how healthy markets are, that they're not just, dumping into every stock. So I think that, Nvidia is just one player now. They are obviously the main highlight from the hardware side. But, when it comes to the software, it's going to definitely be a stock picker's market this year. You're going to have to pick the right ones. You're going to have to really dig in deep. We still like Google just because they're so vertically integrated, kind of as a safety net in the space. But you're going to see some big winners and some big losers this year.
And as I put out 4 charts on my X account this morning from B of A, calling attention to how cheap software stocks were. And the market could care less if these stocks are cheap. The market says these stocks could probably get cheaper. What say you?
Yeah, look, there are some strategists that are saying that they could get cheaper. Certainly, the valuations have come down. But there's also the sense that we may be seeing some type of bottoming, that this is very much overblown, that the software sell-off is overblown. And what the street wants to see is that software companies are utilizing AI in order to accelerate adoption. I mean, you spoke to Figma CFO yesterday, and this is what they were basically telegraphing to the street. And with Salesforce is going to be reporting their earnings, and the street wants to see that. I will mention that we did see some price target downgrades for Salesforce with Citi, also UBS, that was also lowering their price targets. But they want to see this acceleration of adoption by utilizing AI.
Brooke, true story. Walmart earnings crossed yesterday. I'm reading this, scroll down. They spent $26 billion in CapEx last year, up $3 billion year over year. My first thought was, this company's investing a lot in AI. I talked to John David Rainey, CFO at Walmart. He said, yep, a lot of investments in AI. What I'm trying to get to is, how could this Nvidia report be anything but really strong?
Yeah, I certainly think that it's interesting to hear that this broadening out of AI being mentioned in companies beyond just, say, the tech players and the software companies, but also how retailers are certainly playing into this. And I think what needs to happen within this report is not only Nvidia needs to point to a guidance that goes to show how exactly AI is playing into the future. We're hearing from many on the street that this is sort of now the phase. We're now in phase 2, phase 3 of this AI arms race, exactly understanding how what we've been hearing, those murmurs, are now playing into everyday life. And I think that investors are really focusing in on that. And just to go back on something that you said, right now investors are sort of baking in the worst case scenario, the largest disruption that could possibly happen because of number one players, first round players like Nvidia, and the impact that it can have, the ripple effect. Once this sort of plays out, as Adam had mentioned, yes, we'll see the winners and the losers, but many on the street, including JP Morgan, sort of saying, give this the next 3 to 6 months to sort of see how this materializes and who exactly maybe those winners and losers will be.
Adam, link it back.
After market hours tomorrow, Nvidia is scheduled to release its earnings results. Investors should be aware of the following. With $57.01 billion in revenue last quarter, growing 62.5% year over year, Nvidia exceeded analysts' revenue projections. With revenue forecast for the upcoming quarter above analysts' expectations and a substantial beat of analysts' adjusted operating income predictions, the company had a successful quarter. When it comes to profits, is Nvidia a buy or sell? The market anticipates that Nvidia's sales will expand by 68.3% year-over-year this quarter, a decrease from the 77.9% gain it saw in the same quarter last year. Over the past 30 days, analysts covering the company have largely reaffirmed their projections, indicating that they believe the company will continue on its current path going into results. Nvidia has a track record of surpassing Wall Street's expectations. Some of Nvidia's competitors in the processor and graphics chip market have already released their Q4 numbers, which gives us an idea of what to anticipate. AMD reported revenues of 34.1%, exceeding projections by 6%, while Qorvo reported year-over-year revenue increase of 8.4%, matching analysts' expectations. Following the results, AMD was down 17.3% and Qorvo was down 6.8%. With share prices up 8.2% on average over the past month, investors in the CPUs and graphics chips industry are feeling optimistic. With a current share price of $191.98 and an average analyst price target of $253.82, Nvidia is up 2.9% over the same period and is about to report its earnings. Nvidia's earnings are expected to be the most significant and closely followed report this earnings season, regardless of whether an investor owns stock in the company. With a market capitalization of $4.6 trillion, Nvidia is not only the biggest corporation in the world, but it also supplies the graphics processing units, GPUs, which are essential to the AI revolution. In addition to its scale and importance in the supply chain, Nvidia's profits will be crucial because they will reveal important information about the state of AI expenditure generally, as well as the well-being of its commercial partners, such CoreWeave and Nebius Group. Preview of Nvidia EPS. Sales estimates. Consensus estimates from Investing Tutorial indicate that sales will total $65.56 billion, plus 66.68%. EPS anticipations. Consensus on Investing Tutorials. EPS is predicted to increase to $1.52 per share, plus 70.79%. Things to be aware of. Wall Street is already aware that Nvidia is facing enormous demand due to AI, especially for its expensive Blackwell processors, which are allegedly sold out. In light of this, Wall Street investors will be looking for assurances from Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang regarding the continuation of hyperscalers like Microsoft and Meta platforms skyrocketing data center spending. Huang's remarks regarding the effect of agentic AI on Nvidia should also be carefully considered. Huang accurately anticipated last year that AI would transition from the generative phase of big language models to the agentic phase. There are 5 reasons to own Nvidia in EPS. Nvidia Technicals and AMP, relative strength. When evaluating a stock, investors should start by looking at price and volume action. Since October, shares have consolidated wisely after rising throughout the majority of 2025. After establishing a base structure, stocks usually continue in the same direction. Furthermore, Nvidia has demonstrated exceptional relative strength in comparison to its competitors, which is a subtly potent positive sign. 2. Nvidia is inexpensive. Nvidia trades at a mere 46 PE, despite the anxiety, uncertainty, and skepticism surrounding AI spending and prices. Given its explosive growth rates, Nvidia's pricing is extremely fair. 3. Nvidia bullish EPS. Surprise history. Nvidia has exceeded Investing Tutorial consensus estimates in 11 of the last 12 quarters, despite Wall Street's continued lofty expectations. 4. Wall Street is growing more bullish on Nvidia. Over the last 2 months, a number of Wall Street analysts monitored by Investing Tutorial Investment Research have raised their projections for 2027. 5. New products, potential reopening in China. Nvidia is continuing to expand its Rubin and B300 platforms, which should boost sales in the second half of 2026. In the meantime, Nvidia will probably be able to start selling to China once more, creating a previously unexplored growth market. Join our investor community. Hit subscribe and like to get your daily Nvidia stock insights and tutorials delivered. Is Nvidia able to sustain the big AI trade? The question of the week is that. After tomorrow's closing bell, the final Magnificent Seven company to release its most recent quarterly results is expected to do so. This could determine the next course of action for the mega-cap tech trade. The market titans, Apple, Alphabet, Microsoft, Amazon, Meta, and Tesla, are all losing money so far this year, while Nvidia is up slightly more than 2%. The data are coming in as the year has begun quietly. Why you care about this? If it weren't for the Magnificent Seven stocks' impact on the general market index, the S&P 500 would be rising in 2026 instead of falling. Good news is that the remaining 493 S&P 500 businesses have been serving investors, with the energy, industrial, and a few AI-related equities driving the overall market. Unfortunately, some returns are being hindered by the large weightings of the Mag 7, while the market cap-weighted SPDR S&P 500 ETF is roughly unchanged. The Invesco S&P 500 equal weight ETF, which weights each index constituent equally rather than by their market capitalizations, has increased by more than 5% year-to-date. In recent weeks, markets have been shaken by concerns about the future of AI. Investors have made trades based on what-if scenarios, research findings, and business statements that they believe pose a danger to certain companies or sectors. Software equities, and those of large tech companies, were impacted yesterday by a widely shared Citrini research that warned of an AI-driven recession and stock market meltdown. As Ed Yardeni of Yardeni Research noted earlier this week in a report headlined, "A Loopy Stock Market," the AI trade is still active but seems to have spread to other areas of the market, primarily related to the physical and analog world rather than the virtual and digital world. This year, investors have been more selective when it comes to tech drops and are accumulating value stocks rather than growth stocks. According to State Street Investment Management's sector tracker, the energy, materials, and industrial sectors have all increased by at least 14% so far this year, while the information technology sector has declined. Yardeni says that this does not imply that investors are finished with AI. According to him, a large portion of the surge in AI capital investment will increase demand for materials, capital equipment, power, oil and gas, and real estate. Fund managers are more concerned than ever about the AI investments made by hyperscalers and are searching for more tangible evidence that these investments are paying off. Agentic tools from Anthropic and other organizations have heightened concerns about a SaaSpocalypse, which has caused software stocks and those of other companies perceived as having vulnerable business to decline. Investors may find some of the aforementioned industries appealing since their companies generate dividends, which can appear more valuable given the recent decline in treasury yields. The results of Nvidia's earnings report, particularly its outlook, may rekindle interest in hyperscalers. John Butters of FactSet claims that although the Mag 7's earnings have historically drawn investors, their anticipated profit growth has been gradually catching up to that of the other S&P 500 companies. According to a data expert, the big tech businesses are expected to expand their earnings by roughly 23% in 2026, while the 493 S&P 500 will grow by 12%. Butters stated in an interview that although the Magnificent Seven firms are still anticipated to post stronger earnings growth than the other 493 companies in 2026, the difference is anticipated to narrow slightly from 2025. The market immediately became anxious when Amazon revealed a significant capital spending plan for 2026 during its most recent earnings call. According to Reuters, Amazon's stock dropped precipitously in post-announcement trade. The figure encapsulated a tension that now looms large over Nvidia's report. Investment on hyperscaler AI at this scale is both the company's greatest advantage and its most closely watched risk. Nvidia's main growth driver has been the industry-wide infrastructure arms race, which is shown in Amazon's 2026 capital expenditure promise, which represents a notable rise from the previous year. The dependence was highlighted in the company's most recent quarter, when data center revenue reached $51.2 billion in Q3 FY 2026, accounting for 89.8% of total revenue, with networking alone seeing a 162% year-over-year increase. The issue is that Amazon is concurrently developing its own Trainium 2 chips, which begs the question of whether Nvidia will receive the next wave of hyperscaler spending at the same pace. What is anticipated, and what Nvidia guided? Nvidia projected revenue of $65 billion, plus or minus 2%, and non-GAAP gross margins of 75% for the fourth quarter of FY 2026. That would be a sequential increase of almost 14% from the $57 billion in revenue from Q3. For the past 8 quarters in a row, Nvidia has exceeded EPS projections with an average surprise of 7.46%. However, from 11.93% in Q1 FY 2024 to 4.84% in Q3 FY 2026, those margins of outperformance have been decreasing, indicating that Wall Street is approaching the company's true destiny. The location of the stock. As of this morning, Nvidia's stock is up 46% over the previous year and 2.04% so far this year, trading at $190.80. The market value of the shares is $4.62 trillion. There is presently a 93% chance that Nvidia will surpass earnings tomorrow, according to prediction markets on Polymarket, but only a 25% chance that the stock will close above $200 by the end of the month. This discrepancy reveals the truth. The beat is anticipated, which increases the bar for what genuinely causes the stock to rise. The CBOE Volatility Index is in elevated uncertainty territory going into the print at 2101, up 30.6% over the previous month. What should I watch tomorrow? Gross margin projection for Q1 FY 2027 is one of the important metrics to keep an eye on in addition to the headline figures. During the Blackwell architecture change, Nvidia identified a risk of gross margin compression. Any forward guidance indicating that margins may weaken below the 75% level could overshadow an otherwise impressive quarter. Inventory levels, which increased sequentially from $15 billion to $19.8 billion, will also be closely examined. More important than the actual numbers will probably be CEO Jensen Huang's remarks regarding Blackwell demand and the rate of hyperscaler commitments. The unchallenged leader of the AI revolution is still Nvidia. Although some investors may be put off by the company's enormous $4.6 trillion market capitalization, the underlying fundamentals, which include a respectable 46 PE ratio and a steady track record of exceeding projections, indicate that the growth story is far from finished. Don't forget to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your input helps create a more knowledgeable community where we can all learn and grow together in the world of investing. Stay up to date with the latest market trends, insights, and key updates by subscribing to Investing Tutorial. We're here to help you make smarter investment decisions and stay ahead of the curve.